Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Yap of Exile podcast, where discussion topics, side tangents, and hot take rants are indistinguishable from one another. I am your host, WhateverMedia, also known as the Rat Lord, and today I am joined by an absolute legend in the hardcore community, a self-cooked build king, and the namesake of the THC Private League. That's right, it's none other than Timmy P. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm so good. Just been blasting this league like crazy, and now I'm ready to record this pod with you. And I got crazy thunderstorms outside, so we're gonna hope for the best and just hope nothing
Oh
goes wrong.
God, dude. Yeah,
Sure,
hold on.
surely it'll be fine.
I'll
Just
keep
knock
my
on.
balls crossed for your internet, dude.
Yeah, cross your balls and hope for the
Yeah.
internet not to
hmm
die. That's the saying,
Yeah.
right? So,
hmm
um, well, we will jump right in here. We will knock out an icebreaker, and then we'll dive into some Path of Exile yapping. But to start with that icebreaker, uh, I asked the same one to everybody. You told me that you were preparing. You told me you got a good
Yeah.
one, so I'm excited.
hmm
What is one fact that you can tell us about yourself that would never come up in a regular conversation? So, for example,
Um. Oh.
no, I was just going to give an example for the audience. I, I was in a metal band in high school. I'd probably never bring that up and just like, hey, buddy, how are you doing? Like, I just met you for the first time, so kind of thing.
hmm
So, what's your answer?
Well, first, is there any recording of your guys' music or anything?
There, I have looked. Um, there were some practice sessions and stuff, but I don't know how. I don't know if
So,
anything ever got.
so there's no recording of your yell, bro. And I hear that shit.
There definitely is some recordings of that I've recorded. I'd have to look back and find
Okay.
and send to you. I have one specifically that I like to pull up, which is I was driving. Don't do this, kids. Content warning. Don't use your phone and drive. But I was driving, and I was trying to see if I could do. There's a 25-second scream on one breath at the end of a song called "Backbreaker" by Fit for a King, and I
Okay.
recorded myself hitting it and I nailed it, but then I ran out of air and almost passed out at the very end while driving. So, you know, that was many years ago now, but yeah, don't do
It
stuff
reminds me of
like
like
that.
Chester Bennington, the scream he had, man. Yeah, same shit. That reminds me of that. But anyway, dude, I was in a couple plays when I was in school when I was a little kid, dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I've ever told this story on stream. I'd be yapping on stream, so it's hard to like think of something. And I'm pretty open about stuff, you know. But I played the fucking doggy in the window in like first grade or something, bro. My grandma made me like ears out of like long gray socks, and like I was just a dog in a play. It was pretty funny. I was the dog in Doggy in a Window, so it's kind of big time. And then one other one, I played Nostradamus, so I wore like a fake beard and like fake, like I kind of looked like an Orthodox Jewish guy more than
Oh hell yeah.
Nostradamus, I think.
Well, I mean,
So I don't know.
I would
I
have
thought
loved.
that was something. That was,
Yeah, I want you to, after this, I need you to go back and see if you can find a picture of yourself as the doggy in the window, and then I can
dude, I
use,
think it exists.
because I can use that as the thumbnail picture. It's going to be really good.
Hmm.
Surely.
I think it exists. I think it might exist. I'll have to look, dude. That's a hard find, but I think it actually exists. Yeah.
That's
hmm
peak Twitch emote if you can find that. Timmy dog, dude.
Oh
That would be
man.
really good. Oh, that's a good one. That's special. I don't
Yeah.
think I've had a lot of like real life stories and stuff be told, but I Cal said that he likes theater shows and like likes plays and stuff like that. That was one of the things that he talked
Okay.
about, but nobody else has brought up anything like that. So
Yeah. I mean, I was a
sick.
little kid, dude. So it's not
It's
like I'm some kind of like theater person or something. But
Well, I'm nervous
yeah.
now. I'm interviewing the doggy from the doggy in the window, dude.
I know, right? Yeah, dude. I don't
Scary as
blame you.
shit.
It's all right. It's all right, dude. You can,
Well,
just you'll get settled in eventually.
okay. Well, I'm gonna try and settle in by. I guess we can talk about what we have in common, which is our favorite video game here, Path of Exile 2.
hmm
We are approaching the launch of the fourth ever Timmy's Hardcore League. For those who are unaware, our man here, Timmy P, has a hardcore trade private league that he has been running every league since 0.2, was it when it started?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 0.2, and he's been doing that, and he runs it towards the end of the league all the way through. In the chat, exclamation mark league, exclamation mark THC. We'll get you that details. So, but super super cool. We are just over a week, so we're a week and a half out from that launching. It launches on the 31st of July, which is really really exciting. I guess first thing, talk to me about what is the origin of the league? How do we like what is it? How do we sign up? What do we do?
The origin of the league was I was just playing streaming one night. I stream the game every day. I have for the last like year and a half. Uh March was a year of me coming back from streaming, coming back to streaming from taking some time off. But yeah, some guy stopped in chat. His name was Sadir King. That was his name. I haven't seen him since, which is kind of weird. But he asked me if I was starting a private league, and I'm like, I don't know. Is that a thing that exists? And he's like, yeah, Darth microtransactions starting one. I was just curious if you were interested in maybe starting one, and I joined because I wanted to practice for Darth's league. It was the first league Darth made, and I'm like, well, shit. I think it was like the night uh, that it was released, like the private leagues were released and able to be like interacted with. Um, because like they're in New Zealand and I'm in the North America, so I think like they were already working. It happened in the middle of the night. It was like 9 p.m. or something weird. And but yeah, he asked me and I'm like, fuck, let's have a look at it. And I'm like, anybody in chat want to like screw around in the private league or something? And a few people are like, yeah, dude, let's go ahead. So I bought a league for 10 days with 10 people, and then I just put it in chat or put it in like the title of the stream that just like, exclamation mark league with like a command, like something like that or something. And it just filled up. Like we had 10 people like right away. Then I had to get 10 more slots and 10 more slots and 10 more slots. And we did that 28 times and extended the league over time. Um, so we wound up having 280 players roughly in that league. And then some softcore people wanted me to start a softcore league. So I did. And that wound up having 80 players. And that was just called Timmy's Hardcore League. And then point three rolled around, and I thought about changing the league and making it a little bit more like general instead of just like my name on it. And people were calling it the THC League, and they said just stick with that. Just you know, it's kind of cool. Like keep it Timmy's Hardcore League. Use the acronym THC, and that's what we did. And I wound up having like 400 players, and then THC three a bunch of streamers and everybody started like promoting it. I never do any promoting. All I do is throw it in the title of my stream and talk about it on my stream or answer in chats or anything. I don't do any promotion. I don't have an active YouTube or Twitter. I literally do nothing to make it grow. And it wound up having 1,200 players in it because of, I don't want to name any streamers in particular because everyone helped it grow. And then I'll forget, and it's like a whole bunch of people, so I'll miss names. But so the league kind of popped off, and people were pretty excited about it this time. So we're doing it again. And I don't know, last time I looked, it was a couple hundred people already, and we had to crowdfund another 100 slots. And that's too the crowdfund thing. It's about 55%. 60% or something like that I've put up for all the leagues. There's a lot of generous people out there that help with that too. So yeah, and then like what is the league? It's just like a small trade economy, but hardcore permadeath. Uh we all use global chat 420. It's Timmy's Hardcore League, THC League, and we drew the number 420 out of a hat. It was 1 to 500 for we got 420. So it's just, it's all coincidental. Uh but so yeah, it's like small trade league economy, and everybody uses the same global chat. You see like the yellow tag pop up, this person entered there, this person died at this level, or first person to kill arbiter or whatever. You see all these like notable things popping up and people yapping in chat, busting each other's balls. I mean, Rip Bozo and like paying respects was '07 and F's and pay press F for respect type shit. And you just recognize a whole bunch of people's names. And I never interacted with the trade, so I always played at SSF. But lastly, we wound up having like 9,000 items up for trade. And I don't know how active the currency exchange was. I heard like not very active. So maybe we can try to like facilitate that as a player base because we have to make that happen in order for it to be a thing. Uh, and I'm going to interact with trade in this private league for the first time since point two. Point two, I was getting shit on real bad, or point three maybe, and I played like a week of softcore trade, and that's the first. This will be the first time that I've traded since then. I've never done hardcore trade or anything, so that's kind of what it is. It's more like just like a tight knit thing. Streamers put the THC tag on their streams. It's THC, all capitals, and then is it and then league underscored, or not underscored, but under lowercase, just so it looks uniformed on everybody's stream. They can click that, and it shows like a list of all the streamers that are live within the league. Uh, Anybody that puts that tag in their name will like show up on that list, and it helps small streamers grow. Some people got their affiliates, and it's a good way to like network, and like viewers can just click that and see where everybody's progress wherever they are, were in the league. And we had upwards of like 30 to 40 streamers live at one point on that page when you click that tag, and I thought that was pretty cool. uh yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's just like a more tight-knit community of people. You start recognizing everybody's names, and I don't know, it's just a pretty cool vibe. And then I guess it being trade league, it also eliminates like the potential for maybe like bot skimming and scamming, all that weird shit that goes on in the global game. One of the main reasons I play like SSF anyways. I don't want to deal with economy, whether it's bots or real people, but uh but that kind of gets eliminated with the small like trade economy of a private league. But that's about it. That's as thoroughly as I can answer your question.
That's great. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
it's really cool. So I was in Timmy's league. I was in the first one very briefly. It was for like a week. It's funny
Okay.
because talking about you mentioning the Darth microtransaction league, I did play in that league. So I
Mhm.
did when that came up. It was a race to Arbiter, and first person to kill Arbiter, Darth was putting up like $500 or something like that for it. And I knew that I wasn't
Okay.
gonna. I was like, fucking Angormus and people were in it. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no shit.
I was just
Yeah.
doing it to do whatever, and I got to maps and buggered off at that point. But it was pretty shortly before 0.3's launch. I was like, man, I want to practice some fresh start stuff. And then our homie Blaze, I was talking to him a little bit in his stream chat, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm playing in this private league. Probably just get in. And so I hopped in the league, played a little bit. I don't even know if that character made it to maps, but then 0.3 happened. It was super good, and Timmy's League 2 happened and popped off. I exclusively played hardcore in 0.3, so I played hardcore SSF all the way through, and then when your league launched, I jumped into Timmy's League, and I exclusively played Timmy's League until the end of that league, which was super cool. It was really awesome
And,
for 0.4 as well.
and that's how it goes too. Every league, like it runs till the end of the league. So a lot of people just play softcore trade and they're bored within that 6 week window before the private league starts. So it's like perfect timing for people that like to play softcore trade and then dabble with hardcore. Cause like I don't know, man. A lot of people, seems like a big chunk of the player base, like 70% or 80% or something, just doesn't, they don't get any longevity out of the game really. So I think that maybe that helps some of those people get some longevity out of it. So yeah, I'm hoping this one runs till 1.0. If we'll, I think that's the plan at least. So
I'm sure. I'm sure it'll probably be
mhm.
able to do it. And the thing is, too, that's really cool about it is, like you said, everybody is super generous. So when you need the slots and you need the time, it's super cool
Absolutely, yeah.
that you put up a big front of that as well. Like it's not just like, oh, I facilitated the first $20, you guys good, but the
Yeah.
community is super generous. I know that I funded, gosh, I have no idea. I put in a good chunk of points for the
Yeah, for
last
sure.
one because we were
A
getting
lot of
ready to
people
launch.
have.
We were getting ready to launch, and I was like, "Oh, got these things going on." And I remember, and you may remember this too. I would wake up every morning, and I work really early in the morning, and so I'm sitting there eating breakfast, and I'm on my phone, and I'm adding or accepting people, refresh, accepting, refresh. Because people,
Yeah.
a bunch of European streamers are live and they're talking about it. And I would message you almost every day. And I'd be like, Timmy, when you wake up, I need you to open the crowd fund. We're full. I've been accepting like
That shit
200
was
people.
insane. That was totally different though. Like even because of the thing about the second win, how many players did they have? Like 30,000.
Yeah.
Last league was an anomaly, dude. That was an outlier because the temple like kind of fucked the game up for everybody, and they wanted that like fresh start feeling again. I think that's why the private leagues popped off so hard last league. And I'm okay with a more modest league. That was way beyond my expectations, but I'm okay with league growth too, you know.
Yeah, and we have more structure now. One really exciting thing that
True.
we're
Very true.
launching into for the zero point 0.4 is that there's a Discord now to verify accounts and everything before people get in. So there's not we don't know what all could have happened, but then, I'm sure a few of the slots were I probably wasn't too bad, but I'm sure a few of the slots were taken by like bot accounts or something like that last league.
That was a
So,
man, that was such a fear of mine, like
mhm.
because that shit's not free, you know what I mean? And like, can you imagine just like getting botted? Like it just keeps filling like up to like 30,000 slots. Like how much money is that? It's
Yeah,
$90 for 100 slots. So, or
yeah,
not, it's 60 for 100. Sorry.
yeah.
It was
It's
90 for 30 days with 100 slots.
Yeah, I remember. I feel like at one point I did the math on it, and because somebody was asking me about it in stream, and I was like, I'm pretty sure for everything for like zero point 0.4, it would have been like $700 to be able to fund the league. Which obviously the community put up a bunch of that because they wanted to take part.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like everybody dumping that all onto me by any means. But yeah, so
No, and
that's
it's
great.
something that I don't have to do, and it's kind of surprised me that no notable hardcore streamer has like kind of seen the success of the league and kind of like made their own. You know, like I'm surprised that hasn't happened, and
Well,
I don't know.
I'm
Just
happy. I'm happy that
I
it
don't know
hasn't.
why.
Well, I mean, I'm happy that
Yeah,
it hasn't though, because it's so nice that those things like we're able to get this established and people just know it as this. And a lot of people were introduced last league, but now you do
hmm
have these bigger names of content creators. I've already been talking to a few people in their chats and different things, and multiple of the PoE2 dedicated creators are saying, "Oh yeah, as soon as Timmy's League launches, like we're blasting in Timmy's League." So it's
it's
super
all yeah.
exciting.
I'm humbled by it for sure because dude, I'm a CNC machinist. Like I'm used to standing in like a machine shop making shit out of metal. Like I'm not like some like private league guru guy or like you know what I mean. I started streaming 11 years ago. I'm creeping on like 5,000 followers. Like I'm a tiny streamer. It's just right place, right time, random shit kind of, you know. And and I'm grateful for it. I've met a lot of really cool people, you know,
Yeah,
for
and dude,
sure.
it's one of those things
And all
I'm
this came
grateful
in at a
for.
crazy time too for me, man. Like I was going through I stopped streaming because like my mom was real sick, and after the inevitable happened, I came back to streaming, and it's been nothing but love, and it's probably like saved me from getting really fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's been crazy, and
Excuse me.
no, you're good. I know how good the community can be in times like that. I definitely
Mhm.
similar thing. I found this hardcore community pretty in a pretty rough part of life, honestly, where I was going through a lot of stuff with my job and things like that. And this was it was like a good, safe place to just hang out and vibe with people. And because of that community, and then more specifically the community that we were able to foster with Timmy's League and a bunch of creators there. I would not be here realistically because there's so many people that I've met because of it that have encouraged me to make content that I met through the league. So it's been just a big positivity zone in the Path of Exile community. So you're all good, dude.
I'm good.
So
I'm good.
I'm super excited. So we got that launching, but we have also this crazy patch that helps us a lot to keep the league going because GGG has just dropped like the most insane feast of content ever in our laps and just said, have fun. Here you go. See you in a couple months.
Yeah. It's fucking
And
sick.
it's so good. So we have 0.5, which we've been playing a ton. I've been playing a ton. I think I just finished up my 6th build, like fully pushed through. I know that you've been playing a lot of builds. Talk to me about what your current favorite build is that you've been playing.
Favorite, probably the Captain Ray class, the shield, the new shield, the Nightfall shield, and I'm converting it all to lightning damage with the brother ring or whatever the fuck it's called, and a Mjolnir hammer, and it's just and I got the fucking boots from the Arbiter Divinity on him, so I'm like flying around. I got wings. And like he's just so fucking drippy and fast for a warrior. And I'm just yeeting a shield all over the place and like just shooting lightning all over. Lightning warp too. So it's like riding the lightning. You never know where you're gonna wind up. But it's just so cool, dude. It's drippy. The skill effects are amazing, and he's pretty strong, but you're not gonna go into like the 200% delirium with that shit. You'll die. I have like 4,000 effective HP. You know what I mean? With like 40% block chance or something, unfortunately, but it's fucking fun and awesome. My strongest build is the Jin, the Disciple of Rasha, for sure. I have like softcore trade gear on her.
I was gonna say
it's fucking stupid.
you're pushing the that character's pushing the hardcore ladder a bit, isn't it?
Yeah, like last 155 on the ladder. Last I looked, 98.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah,
I sanctified my first and only item for her, that amulet. It was +4. I like breach essenced it and over quality it to get +4 minions, and then wound up crafting it like perfectly to where it's got like, it gives me like 3,000 ES and has +4 minions on it. It doesn't have spirit, unfortunately, but it's okay. It's fine. And then I sanctified it. Didn't hit the +5, but I've been able to like do shit with having a strong build, you know.
Yeah, it's super nice. That's one of the things that I wanted to do this league playing SSF is I was like, okay, normally I do a bunch of like whatever builds that I want to do, but most of them get to like late 80s and then I just like fall over because of something that I wasn't prepared for. I was like, I want to make a strong build that can carry me and I can get all of the loot that I need to be able to enable me to build all the other builds. And I was able to do that with a couple of builds, honestly, this league. Right now I'm doing a that liminal coil wand from Ritual.
That thing's sick looking, dude.
It's super cool. So I'm just stacking.
Looks sick.
I was telling the chat, so you're stacking curses. So I have, when I'm doing a bunch of rares, I have, I think 5 curses that I'm placing on them, and then I have blasphemy on. So at max stacks, I have 180% extra damage as chaos and 168% extra as fizz. And then my crit, and then I'm like 80% chance to crit, and then my crit bonus is like 570 something if I'm max life from Blood Mage. So I can do, it's like 900,000 tooltip DPS if everything is maxed out.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting.
And whereas
what does it shoot?
Feels good.
It's like projectiles, right?
So what it does is it fires a like spiral coil thing. So it's firing 2 projectiles, a chaos one and a fizz one. And when that hits an enemy, it splits into 2, but it also chains through a infinite amount of cursed enemies. So as long as they are cursed, it
Right.
chains through them, and then it
Okay.
splits off from there into more projectiles. So
Got it.
it just, as long as there's like two enemies within range of me cursing them, I shoot it through them, it chains through and just hits everything behind them, and it's really good. It feels
Okay.
really good to
Yeah,
play.
because when you mentioned crit, I was thinking it was like because the crit. I was thinking it was a dot effect because you can't crit with dot, right? But it's like the
Mhm.
projectiles hitting them. So
Yeah, so my
yeah,
curses, that's one of the things with the wand, is your curse magnitude is 0. So all of those curses don't do anything to the enemies. All it is
gotcha.
doing
Okay.
is giving me like 60% damage as extra per curse that I'm
Yeah.
putting on them. I started the build with Cosprey's Will, the chess piece, if you know what that one is. That's the one, it gives you infinite curse duration. So anybody that you
Mm,
curse, that your curses never
maybe.
fall off of them. So I was using that for a bit, but it just, my survivability was just horrible. I was falling over every other map, so I switched to like get me a giga piece. But just, even just the curses in blasphemy is good enough for mapping. And then I just, if I have a big tanky rear, I just go curse, 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 boom, and then it's dead. So
Hell yeah. Yeah,
it's
when I
it's
first saw
good.
that wand on the reveal trailer, I thought of Hex Blast, which I've never used. I just know you can like blow curses up, but somebody said it wouldn't work because I just pictured like stacking a shitload of curses on something and then just blowing them up with
Yeah,
a bunch of
Hexblast.
like different effects. But
I haven't even used Hexblast in PoE2. I know that it needs a lot of work because I think people have
yeah, I
tried their
don't.
best to make it decent, and it's hard.
mm, I think it was good in point one, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but the build's so good, so good this league. I keep getting a build to like 94, 95, and I'm like, man, I have all these items that I want to use. I have a perfect rolled like +7 lightning skills staff with spirit and all sorts of, like, the perfect like oracle totem staff, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to play it because I'm like, I don't know if I have enough time to play all the builds that I want to play. So it's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, I've made a shitload. I think I'm at 10 or 11 or something already this league. I've died 5 times and I have like 5 or 6 characters alive. It's ridiculous. I can't stop either. I just died 3 times in a row and then I made a Jin and then it's just been all uphill after that.
Yeah, got to get
Yeah.
that one really
Like
strong character. That one for me was the whirling assault martial artist stuff, which is just stupid. It's so good.
and that's like kind of been my problem every league is like I don't know if it's wanting to be a hipster, just trying to be different, or prove that Warrior's good, or prove that like Red Light's okay, or fucking Armor's okay, or like what it is, or I just like the mace skills, but like I was always on these just kind of like non-optimal league start builds. You know what I mean? Like those are builds you fuck around for fun, like the cat, like the shield guy I mentioned. Um, so I learned this league. I'm new to ARPGs, kind of. So I have a lot of I have four, and I just looked. I think I have like 4,500 hours. I have 500 hours this league already. I think, or more, maybe more. um, but yeah, so it's a learning experience for sure. Just
Yeah,
go with something that's is going to be strong. Just ES even. Just having energy shield helps a lot. You
yeah.
know.
There's a lot that I could say on that when it comes to
Yeah,
just
I
doing
know. It's the
defenses.
state of the game, and we all know it. They know it. They're working on it. It's early access, it's the state of the game, and if you want to succeed in the game in its current state, then you need to kind of play within the confines of what is strong and what is
um,
weak. You know what I mean? And energy shield's strong, and so are a lot of other like physical. I have a lot more success with fizz damage in general, other than Ellie. Like Ellie seems like a lot of stuff to go through. Exposure, cursing them, like you got to worry about resistances, or you just get Rakiatas, which I've never had. But physical, you just hit them and break their armor and keep hitting them, and they die.
big bonk stick.
So
That's all you need.
yeah. Or just physical Jin spells, or bone spells, or you know,
Yeah,
whirling
that's
assault, like especially with the reflect shock and chill this league. Like Fizz is king, energy shield's king.
yeah.
And when I play those that combination, I succeed. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
just you know.
yeah, it's strong stuff. I learned a similar lesson. I feel like going through last league because I tried to do a bunch of fun league start stuff and I just like kept dying. I was like, okay, I can't do this. I learned the lesson finally of they call them league starters for a reason. You get
Yeah,
you get the good character to the thing to get the stuff so that you can do the fun crazy stuff. And
exactly. It's the
I finally
farmer.
did it. Yeah.
You know,
So
it's an X Varashta X.
exactly. That's how you farm. Speaking of
Yeah.
that, do you know what build you're planning on playing for the start of the Timmy's League?
Yeah, I don't know, Jin
Fair.
Varashta.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe like the best one that's ever to exist ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea because I like that and
Well,
the
I've never
martial
league
artist.
started it. I've only played Jin once, and I'm 98. So
Mhm.
I've never league started. I died 5 times before I tried it. So we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes on a league start. It's probably good, but yeah,
It's
that's a
it's
reason for me to try it, right?
any of the any of the classes like that, or you have that, or like even the martial artist with hollow form and stuff, because it's scaling with your level, and then you're getting your jeweler's orbs by hitting certain levels and stuff like that. Because
Mhm.
I didn't drop my first perfect jeweler's orb in zero point 0.5 until I was level 93
Holy
on my first
shit.
character. I did not drop a perfect jewelers. I've still to this day, I have 6 characters, like I said, through. I've dropped, I think my pilfering ring says I've dropped 13 in the
Hmm.
entire league. And I've dropped over like 600 raw divine. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, what
I
the
don't know what I'm
hell?
doing. I don't know what
That's
I'm doing
weird.
wrong. But yeah,
Sometimes they don't make a tank for me. I just use there's people in my chat that hate the loot filter I use because I just use like the unk filter from the fucking website, just default never sync shit. And like one day the like a PJO, for example, will make a tank. The next day it's just like a I don't know, like a chance orb or something, or like a whatever. You know what I mean? It just I don't know if it's based on the active economy and the value of things at any given time or what it is. I don't know what the fucking
you
deal is. It's weird.
for Neversync specifically, there's a stable option, and then there is a trade one which updates every 4 hours. So
Uh,
you may have the trade one that is updating
Probably.
with the value of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, makes sense.
But there you go. If Chad, if you're having a similar experience, that's probably why. So there you go.
Mhm.
Solve that problem for you. But yeah,
Yeah, I need to
Varashta,
get on the yeah, that's it is what it is. But and yeah. I was gonna say I need to get on the filter blade thing, but yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah,
no, you're
Varashta. That's what I'm going for sure.
it's so strong. I was trying to decide if I wanted to do that because I've not played Varashta yet, and I know how good it
No?
is. I've kind of avoided the things that people, and I'm not even trying to be that like, "Ooh, I don't play those bills or whatever. Like I just said, I played a martial
Bro.
artist, but the like Varashta, and then I have not, my highest level druid is level 6. I have not played like the different animal forms or anything like that. I don't know why I haven't, but
I'm
it's
not
just
big into the shape shifting at all. I tried the wolf and it's not for me. The bear's okay, but I realized that I probably want to lean into like block chance talisman with like lay siege, something like that. Because it's running around unless you got an energy shield. Back to energy shield, But if you don't want to use energy shield, it's essentially like running around with just armor and a two-handed mace but you're the size of a house with a big ass
right.
bear. You know what I mean? So it was kind of hard. I tried it with a witch hunter with Sork War to see if that helped, and it kind of still didn't. I don't know. Yeah, but Druid's cool. Like Oracle's really cool to fuck with all the hidden stuff. And I have one going right now. He's gonna be really weird. It's like a cast on crit, cast on ailment. I'm trying to build him right now. He's level 80. I level him with plants, but then I'm gonna split personality into the monk tree and It should be weird. I got a quarterstaff out of Simulacrum that has like plus 4 to all LE skills and like a big ass 20% crit chance on it, like a flat crit. So
Wow.
it's like plus 4 to all LE skills, counting spells. So I figured launching level 29 comets I have right now could be cool. So
Damn.
that's what I'm messing with now. But Oracle's sick. The inevitable crit thing you can do a lot of cool stuff. I
Yeah, that
think. We'll see how it works.
oh, I'm sure. That's what I wanted to do with the that totem staff that I was talking about. That I'm like, ah man, I
Mm.
want to do that. But it's too much to do. It's so much to see. The nice thing is going into Timmy's league, we will have access. Well, a smaller economy, we will have access to be able to buy those uniques and those items that we need if people have them. So it will open up
Mhm.
more opportunities for build.
For
But
sure. Dude, I've gotten so much crazy shit. How long has this league been going on? Not that long. But I've
just
gotten a lot of crazy shit.
we haven't
So
even
I'll
hit a
definitely be
month yet.
throwing stuff up. Yeah, dude, I've got for being in hardcore SSF, I've I've kind of mind blown my RNG from the end of point four carried over or something.
Oh, I'm
Like
wrong. We did hit it. We are over a month. I was thinking it was
for
like
over a month.
I was thinking June 29th, but it was May 29th that the league launched. That's what my
Okay.
problem was. So we're almost 2 months. But I was like, man, that was
Yeah, so
that
I'll be putting stuff up
crazy.
on the market for sure. I'll be farming with my gin, dude. Pretty much giving stuff away, dude. Honestly, I'm not trying to like profit off all the homies in the fucking private league. It's weird.
Yeah, well, that's the thing that is super nice about Timmy's League is it kind of feels, and I feel like other people have mentioned this too, but it kind of feels like that older MMO or kind of environment where you're kind of like item for item, like trade for trade kind of thing, where somebody's like, "Oh, I need this item for my build." Somebody has it. Do you happen to have? Like, I need these catalysts for this thing, and you just trade those. You don't care about what their divine cost is. And
Right.
so it's really nice. That happened to me multiple times during the last Timmy League that I was able to give people stuff that they needed. I was like, I will never use this exceptional two-handed mace that has all the stuff that you want, but here you go. Like, great, thank you for my quiver. So it's cat time.
Right. You may as well give it to a homie that can use it.
Right.
But keep in mind, anybody that doesn't know, you can migrate items from the hardcore trade league to softcore trade. So if you do find a mirror, you could make a mule and just migrate that over, or anything that you might want in your main account that you find,
Yeah.
you just migrate it over.
Yeah. If you get some crazy valuable stuff, I know that I dropped a few valuable things that I migrated into hardcore trade for
Hell yeah.
last league, and I like gave them to just some people who were like, "Oh, I'm broke" or whatever in a chat. And I was like, "Oh, I have 3 headhunters. If you want them, here you go." So I just gave them. But
Damn. All
yeah,
of them like that, huh?
you just gotta. Sometimes you just gotta. Last league, a headhunter was like finding $1 on the ground. You're like, "Oh, $1. Okay, well, what are you
I
gonna do?"
didn't find one. I found a mage blood this league though.
That is so. I want one so bad, dude. I've been running ritual like crazy. Nothing even close to the rarity of a mage blood. I
I
was a bit.
died with it and gave it away to a dude in
Did
chat.
you? Oh
Yeah.
no.
It was a double crit movement speed rarity one with 41%, like Mage's Legacy. Yeah, I died with it like an idiot. It's whatever. It came out of Queen's Ritual
How'd you
and
die?
died when Queen's Ritual.
Oh,
Queen's Ritual. That Mage Blood went full circle, dude.
oh no. It was, man, from dust to dust goes the mage
I
blood.
am covered in hair now. Holy.
The
Okay.
cats, dude, they be
Yeah.
shedding. Oh man. Yeah, I want one super bad. The cool thing about mage blood is it is one of those best in slot items, it seems like in PV2, but it's less of a it's more of a build enabling item. Like Headhunter is just, oh, my build I hit people with a shoe, but I have headhunter, so I have 70 rare modifiers or whatever. So your build's strong.
Yeah.
Mage blood, you have to roll it very particularly for the things that you want to be able to enable your build, and I really like that. I'm really hoping I can get my
Dude, it
hands on
just
one.
came like that, but it didn't fit my gin, so I had to it was almost like a curse. It was like the one belt type shit. You know what I mean?
The
Like,
one
I was
belt
just
to
trying to,
kill
like,
them all.
for yeah. Yeah, dude, I was, like, trying to make builds for it, forcing it into builds. I killed my blood mage with it. She was kicking ass as a ice shot snipe. My snipe was, like, 1.2 mil
Oof.
damage per second. Yeah, it's the elemental bleed from snipe is fucking crazy on blood mage. I
Yeah,
wanted to try the Mirage Archer Plasma Blast with that too. I don't sorry. I could that's what's been happening to me all league with builds. I just keep thinking of shit. I
but
didn't
it's
know I was
such a good
like
time.
that on this
It's
game.
But you've been enabled now. Now
Yeah.
you're not dying super early on with certain
Right.
builds, so
Yeah.
you actually have gear. That's where I've
hmm
been. That's where I've been. But it's the
Yeah, it's pretty
question.
key.
An interesting question I have, as from a hardcore. I would consider myself a hardcore main, but I don't
hmm
exclusively play hardcore. Uh, you add one of the most sought after items in the game. You have tons of crazy stuff, and then you died on that character, and then you lose it and you gave it away, which is very cool of you to do. What is the appeal to you about playing hardcore?
Um, I don't know. It just reminds me of like old school games where you didn't have infinite lives. You know what I mean? Like you had to try to get far with like the amount of life or whatever that you had. You know what I mean? So I like Exanima too. I play that game hardcore. Like you don't just reset the game when you die. You go to a checkpoint, but I reset the whole game. It's I don't know. It just reminds me of old school games. You know.
Yeah,
And I like the the hardcore SSF. It just makes me feel like I'm playing like an old school like just dungeon crawling game, like where it's just me versus the game, and if I die, I got to make another character. I never, which is weird because I never really played anything like that other than Diablo One on PlayStation One. Like it was so long ago, but I don't know. That's what I like about it. And then the whole like FOMO thing, like looking at other like people's builds, like I just never liked that either. It's like spoilers almost. Like I want to find that shit out myself, kind of. And in SSF, you don't have everything at your disposal. So you find something that inspires you to make another build because I can't just go buy it at any given time. Like if you could just go buy something at any given time, you're just going to go buy the best thing. You know, when you're in
yeah,
SSF, you're just like all this weird shit that you find. You can fuck around with it, and you don't feel like you're not keeping up with the Joneses or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? The hardcore part reminds me of like old school games, and then the SSF part just keeps me from worrying about a lot of the stuff that the trade guys worry about all the time. You know, that's
yeah,
just how I like to play the game. So that's yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty much that's about all I have to say about
That's all about
that.
say. No, I agree, dude. It's one of those things where it's enabling me to extend my time with the league, which not everybody has that time. A lot of people want to play softcore trade and blast for a couple weeks and then they're good. But I, as you do as well, I want to play this game a lot. I want to try all the different things. But there are so many. If I played trade, I know myself. I would want to do the Giga thing, right? So I'm gonna blast and then do the Giga thing and then be done. But honestly the reason I haven't played the Monkey Slam build this league, because I
It's
know
funny.
I
It's
know it's
hilarious.
funny, but I know how strong it can be even in an SSF thing, and I don't want it to like
Mhm.
ruin other builds for me by doing that too early and experiencing it and be like, well, it's never going to do as much damage as the monkey. And so I don't want to do that. But also in SSF, I'm in ritual. I'm doing these different things and I am getting an item. I'm like, wait, I could do something really cool with this. And
For
that
sure.
inspires me to come up with a build where I wouldn't come up with that in trade, because I would see the item drop out and go, oh, sick, price check, cool. into the tab and I would sell that shit, you know? And so
Mhm.
it's just it inspires me to do a lot more. That's what happened to me day 2 of the league, basically, when I was in like T7 maps or something like that on my supporting fire tactician build, and I killed a rogue exile, and it dropped me Malagaro's gloves, which are the crit ones.
Oh,
And
shit. Yeah, they're in my
yeah,
ritual right now, actually.
yeah, and I was already thinking about wanting to do because the ice shot builds were coming out. And I was like, I haven't even played ice shot as a main skill yet. I kind of want to do something like that. And when I dropped it, I was
It's
like, oh,
badass.
yeah. And I was like, ooh, I can do ice shot crit with the Malagaros. And I re-roll the character immediately. But in trade, I would have gone, oh, that's some early profit right there, boys. Let's go. And and that's great in its own way,
Yeah.
but it's just a different way of playing. So
Mhm. What I was gonna say is, like, a lot of people that play softcore trade, they think that SSF takes longer. And that is one of the reasons why we play SSF, because it can take longer, but like it depends on how much you want to invest in the game. If you're planning on playing a good amount anyway, I think you can actually do a little bit better in SSF because you're not trying to like grind currency constantly to like buy all this shit all the time. Like you just play the game. You know what I mean? You're out there playing the game more, getting the shit that you would be looking for on the shop to buy with the currencies that you used from sitting in your hideout crafting gear to sell. Like you're not out there killing stuff. It's just it's just
yeah,
funny. I don't know. I think it could be like counterproductive for somebody that doesn't have as much time. Because in SSF, like a SSF standard would probably be the perfect place for like a dad with eight kids and 14 jobs and that meme, you know what I mean? Like the D4 meme or whatever. Like I think standard SSF might be the best way to play the game. You know, maybe after 1.0, but maybe not right now because it's kind of like borked. I don't know.
yeah.
Standard seems weird. I don't know. And that's the thing about Lost too, like losing the mage blood, it's all gonna go to standard and I'm gonna never touch it again anyway.
Right.
Every league. So I don't get attached to shit. There's like zero gear fear. It could be from 4K hours of Tarkov too or whatever, but yeah.
No, it's just the build opportunities to be able to play the game, even in an SSF environment, even if you are the dad with like 18 kids and 37 jobs and whatever you need to do.
Wow, he got way more
I mean,
productive.
you got to do what you got to do. It's a lot of mouths to feed,
Yeah, I guess.
but it's it's so good, even in leagues like this. I when I started the league, couldn't play as much as I wanted to. I've had
Hmm.
multiple leagues like that, but I still, if I wanted to finish all of the content in a week, I could, in theory, do that. If I locked in with one character and I had my goals of what I wanted to achieve, I could do that. Now I'm not because I'm like dicking around trying a bunch of different stuff. But if I was just, my goal
Making
was,
podcasts and
but
stuff.
yeah. So if I was like, I just want to kill all the bosses and I want to finish my Atlas tree and all the things, and I was only playing 2 hours a day. And I know that there are people who have to play even more casually than that, and I get it. But
Yeah.
you can do all of the content in SSF, and I think that you'd have a better time, honestly, with that, because if you only have 2 hours to play every day, you're like, oh, I need to, when I get home, I need to grind for the currency so I can do this thing. But then you're not playing enough, so the economy is actually inflating faster than you can make money. So you're having to do stuff you don't want to do to make money to do. I don't want to. That's like my real life. I don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah.
I want to.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to. I just want to
But
blast.
while you were talking, it made me have a thought of how softcore can be more, well, you could progress faster, is because you're finding items that aren't for your current build that you can sell. Like I
Mhm.
kind of like forgot about that whole part of it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that expedites the process probably a lot because in SSF you find items and that just adds more time to what you're gonna have to fucking do is make another character and making a whole nother gear set. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You got to
that
balance it.
thought actually, yeah. Right.
Yeah, there are
Yeah,
positives and negatives definitely for both. I could
for
see it.
sure.
For me though, it's forcing myself to not, because I'll sit there. I would scroll the trade website for hours, dude, and I would
That's what I'm
just like,
saying.
I would just be a
You could have
second
just
monitor
found an
stuff.
item. You could have
Yeah,
found an eye level item to 82 boots for your 35 movement speed, just playing the game.
yeah,
You know, that's what you're shopping. You're shopping for boots or whatever. You know, you could have found some item level 82 to slam and craft on or something. I don't know.
yeah. And so, and I think that that's come in full circle here. That's where Timmy's league kind of falls for me, is that perfect sweet spot, because it's mostly SSF. Like you don't have to trade by any means, and you're
Hmm.
encouraged to play the game. But it's because all of these people have these things that you can do whatever you want, and you can trade for the little pieces that you needed for your character. So it's super nice in that way. And they've also, GGG, talking about our next point, GGG have made it so much easier to progress a character after your first one. I'm going to give the preface for that. But with all of the campaign changes that they've made to kind of make campaign a lot better, I want to get your opinion on the campaign, because you've ran it multiple times now for the characters.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
have some strong opinions about
Okay.
the league mechanic in particular, and I'm sure that that's a pretty common thing. But how do you feel about the changes that were made to the campaign experience in 0.5 as somebody who plays hardcore and has to be pushed back into it if their character dies?
I really don't mind it so much. I've gotten it down to where like I can pretty much casually like chill and take my little like breaks to go water flowers or feed the cat or whatever I need to do. And like still make it there in like 10 hours, so it's like realistically like a long play session or like a couple play sessions to get back to maps. So it's not that big of a deal. I will say the first character this league I was getting a little annoyed, but it's just because after 4,500 hours of playing the game, you start to develop some kind of like OCD a little bit about the way you do things and like everything, and any weird little curveball thrown at you is gonna make it more. It's gonna add some friction to it, which is fine. But there was just a lot of like just backtracking and like I don't know, just having to go to this rune and do this and that, and like it seemed a lot more than just killing some temple plate monsters last league. Or what was the league? Was that what it was? Just
Mhm.
yeah, there's a temple plate in each area that you didn't even have to fuck with, I guess. It seemed like a lot, but we needed something more to the campaign. And as we do it on league start again this time, let's all kind of like pay attention to how proficient we are at it, and maybe it won't suck as bad, and that's kind of my outlook on it. Like the campaign in its existence right now, I think it's fine, really.
Yeah.
The way they cut off some of the annoying shit, like after Viper, you don't need to go run through a bunch of armor break monsters and fucking die like I did twice after killing Viper. Like, bro, what the fuck? But yeah, so they made shit a little less annoying, and I don't know. I felt like I had enough exalts to slam on some stuff here and there. You need to be patient and not just slam them all over the place. You need to like wait till don't invest in like a level 8 weapon when like us you're gonna get to if it's good enough, leave it and then just save your exalts till act 2 or whatever for the next like item level break point or whatever. But it felt like I had enough stuff. I had more essence this time. Yeah, I'm really okay with it. And like I said, the added friction at the beginning, like or like through the all the way to Act 4, hopefully that's minimized by a little bit more knowledge, of it existing. Because like, dude, I swear, I think I made it to like Act 3 before I even realized the significance of having to go click on all those stones everywhere. Because people were already in end game saying, um, that they like screwed up not interacting with all the shit through the campaign, and now they don't have Pharaoh, they don't have the anvil in their hideout or whatever. So I was like, that was brought to my attention by real fast players, fortunately. So I went and backtracked before it was even shittier. But so again, this time around, hopefully it's not as bad.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Because I started softcore SSF and then I re-rolled hardcore SSF because I just wanted to experience the in-game content before trying to do it on hardcore and just like I can throw my characters into a pit. But
Mhm.
so I've had to do the full quest line twice, and I will say it was less annoying because I knew that it was there, but there were still times that because I played the campaign so many times, I'm autopilot and I'm going through a zone. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't interact with the thing in the last zone.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he told me, he
yeah, and
pointed,
you've
he was like, go that way. And I was like, okay. And I just ignored him. And I just kept running.
Mhm.
I treated him
But you've
like
been gone
Delvin.
for more than 8 minutes or whatever, so now it
Yeah.
reset and gotta clear the
hmm
whole fucking area again. Yeah.
Yeah. So that stuff was kind of weird. And it was weird because even I played a decent amount of PoE1, and in the PoE1 leagues and stuff, it is a similar thing with what we experienced with like Temple and Abyss, where it's kind of just like in the area, and then like A-list shows up and is like, "Oh my god, the breach! Come with me to this place real quick. Let me show you this tree.
Yeah.
All right," and then go on and do your thing. Like you detour once to see the thing, and
Right.
then you're good.
Like
This
the
one,
temple, right?
yeah, this one
Like
was
that,
a
yeah,
full
yeah.
scale quest, which I like the lore of, and I like all of the stuff to go with it. But to
Mhm.
me, all of that stuff felt like it was supposed to be part of the end game quest line with Expedition, and
Yeah.
it kind of felt just like a weird, too much of a side quest for the campaign. It kind of took me out of it multiple times.
No,
So
I agree. Yeah, that's kind of a lot for just a league mechanic, or maybe we just been getting half-ass league mechanics this whole time. That's like the first actual one. Like we got wisps, like you ran into one in the Growlwood and that was it. That was league mechanic for the campaign. There you
I
go.
ignored
There's a
that
wisp
shit.
in Growlwood. Yeah, the wolf. Yeah,
I
I'd
don't
always
want
go to
anything to
some
do with them.
or no, it went to the hut lady, the flask rare. Yeah, it was scary. That's some
You know, I'm
scary
talking about
shit.
getting the shit kicked out of you. That's a way to do it
Yeah.
right there. You're
For
level
sure.
3 and you're fighting a wisp rare that's a mob from Act 5, and it's just kicking the shit
Yeah,
out of
with
you.
ice circles and chaos plants.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. No worries. Very balanced. Thanks, Aki. Uh,
In Act 3, we ran into Abyss through the campaign that you didn't have to interact with. So maybe they were just kind of half at I don't not maybe not Abyss League was great. It's still like one of my favorite mechanics, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to do more. They were feeling inspired or something because they fucking killed it, dude. There's a lot. They did a lot of shit this league, dude.
yeah, and
There's so much to do.
with the content as standalone, I like it a lot. I really like. I like the Pharaoh quest line. I like him learning about the runes and stuff, and then finding out that it's actually Calguran and not Ezamite, and then he gets to King's March and he gets to meet Dan. Like all of that stuff is fantastic. It just
Yeah,
doesn't feel like it makes sense being along with the main quest line that I'm trying to do there.
right.
So I just think
Maybe
it
make
needs to
it
merge a bit
optional or
better.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
or yeah, make it merge better, true. But make it like optional if you want to have ward through the campaign, or once you get the end game, you do like an end game quest, like you mentioned, to unlock all that. Like do it in like a chunk at the end, or rather than in increments through the campaign, unless you want the ward through campaign for whatever reason. I don't know. It's yeah, just spitballing.
yeah. I feel like we probably won't even like in 1.0 we won't even have it in the campaign. It'll be an end game exclusive thing. I feel like they've
Okay.
talked about that maybe a little bit, but it just feels like a lot of work and a lot of zones and stuff to kind of just toss to the wind if we're not going to keep up with that. So, but who knows? Who knows?
Like
It could be.
running into like the little mini dungeons that you like open that big like vault door or whatever. Yeah,
Mhm.
those gotta stick around. That's cool. That's too cool to just like get out of the game, I
Yeah,
think.
I like those. Yeah, I just don't want to
Yeah.
get to them and be like, ah, shit, I forgot to open the stone 2 acts ago, and now I can't walk in the door. But well, We're getting towards the latter half of the pod, so we're gonna wind down with a little bit of easier, more lighthearted questions. Hardcore players, dude. Any funny, memorable death stories that you wanna share with the class?
I think the last pod with Major and them, you asked like, what's the most embarrassing death? And mine is vaping and dying. Dude, I was one room from Zarkok. I'm on my fourth ascend, dude. Like I was killing and everything was fine. But I had that mod that usually doesn't matter where like you take more damage when you're on low life or whatever. And Jesus Christ, dude. Like I'm just sitting there like reading chat or whatever, just like yapping. I just look up and there's one bat. It's the second time I've been killed by a singular bat that shoot those like fuzzy lightning balls. And I just look up and it just deletes me, bro. Like it zapped my energy shield. And as soon as I hit like low life or whatever, it's just fucking dead. Like I actually died in trials to suck my ass from vaping.
That is wildly unfortunate. I will say, I've had
It did,
an
man.
I've had an equally embarrassing death as I talked about on the last pod, where I literally died to Viper because I was scratching my nose. So I get it, but I won't call out who this happened to. But
I saw that clip, by the way.
oh yes, it was a good one. It was a good one. I'm just like, fuck it. But I won't say who this happened to. But a fellow content creator in our circle was in Discord with me and another creator one night, and we're just yapping about stuff, HCSSF gaming, blasting. They're in trial of Suck My Ass, and they're doing whatever, and they're having a conversation with me. They're answering one of the questions that I asked, and I just hear, "Oh my god, I died." And we're like, "What? What happened?" They were talking to me, and they were looking at this item, and the timer on the escape crystals was going down.
Oh, I don't
And
know
they
how much
forgot
damage that does.
they forgot that they had started the encounter, and they just boop, dead. And they were like,
Both of them?
"Oh, just the one I was talking to." But
Oh, I thought they were like doing it together or something.
no, but
Oh.
yeah, they died, and they were like, "I'm going to bed," and they left. And I was just sitting there with the other creator, and I was like, "Ooh, boy, my bad."
Yeah.
But it's just the nature of the beast. But it was, that one was a tough one for sure to sit through.
I think it was a magic monster with additional proj because that happened to me this league. Dude, so I go into a map and I like the first monster that hits me, I'm shocked and ignited. I'm like, holy fuck, this has like in like a whole bunch of like extra application of ailments or whatever. So I like walk to safety. I press C to like check my character screen to verify that I didn't need my chaos charm. I had max chaos res so I could take my chaos charm on for like an ignite charm. And a bat just flies up and just and just deletes me, bro. I got like 3600 EHP and I got killed by a singular fucking bat again this league. That was a cool build. That was a split personality into the warrior tree. Like I wanted to go 100. It was a witch hunter. It was going to be 100 weapon set points, like split personality. I don't even know what the fuck I would have did with it, but I died. So
I guess we'll never
yeah,
know.
those are pretty stupid deaths. Bats are my nemesis.
The the thing that's the nemesis for me, and I used to not haunt me, but the monkeys haunted me ever since. I think it was THC 3, that my famous monkey rip, as I get slammed by the monkey. I'm like, oh shit! I hit the space button by accident. That one made it in exiled again, and I was like, oh god, okay, this is how it starts. And then, but I want to say, before we get towards the end, there's one particular monkey clip that's really important to me in this world, and that is
Yeah,
not even a rip, but it is you.
no.
I think from 0.1.
My
Uh,
underwear was got my underwear was the rip.
you you got slammed by monkey and thought that you died,
Uh-huh.
and then
Hmm. I took it like a man and just like walked it off, and I was like, yeah,
didn't
all
call
tough.
for didn't
Yeah,
call for anybody or anything. Definitely
nah,
didn't call
no,
for your dad or
mm-mm.
anything. So
No.
I got to cut that clip in at the very end of the pod so
Bro,
people know what I'm talking about.
Okay, well, we could. There's a command for it in my. I don't know if it'll pop because we're doing the. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I'll
But
save
bro,
it.
I tried to say I died, but I literally couldn't talk out of pure panic and shitting my pants. I was like, I died, and it just sounds like yelled "dad, dad," and I just run away, and then I
It's
cry.
I I've probably watched that clip 20 times. It's it, I'm
Yeah,
sorry that it happened
it's
to
a
you.
good
I'm
one.
happy that you lived, but it does make me feel a lot better when I get to watch it.
Yeah, I
So
hate that monkey so much. I love watching him run around and kill things for me. I got him like holding my pocket. He's my bitch now. You know what I mean? It makes me feel better about it.
I threw your fucking
Um,
Pokeball at him and got him.
yeah, I got tech rods in him and Infernal Legion. So he's just dying all the time. But 20 seconds before he dies, he's just a massive green on fire monkey, like just killing everything. It's
It's
cool.
perfect. It's now that's full circle. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
That's the real Path of Exile power fantasy is making the boss that kicked your ass kick other things ass for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, dude, my last question I have for you here is we are 4 months ish from 1.0 in theory, because we're probably, they said they're going to get 1.0 to us just after ExileCon, so like December. So 5 months ish.
Okay.
What is your number one? I want
It's
this for 1.0.
gotta be swords. It's gotta be swords. Swords and like swords plus addressing uh one and two-handed maces and giant's blood and axes. Like they need to address the issues with maces right now before swords and axes are added, or else people are gonna struggle with it just like or like they're gonna find the people that are all excited to try swords are gonna be extremely let down by the state if they're going to be anything like maces, because if you use a one-handed mace, i.e. one-handed sword, it's just going to kind of feel like shit. You could use two-handed, you could use one or two one-handed maces or swords and it feels better, but then you're losing defense. Like, so if you want to run shield, sword, and board, then you're going to want to run a two-handed sword and get giant's blood, and now that 200 deck sword that you're trying to use is now going to be fucking 600, and you're going to lose all your strength that you have, like one for one, whatever you have in your strength, you're going to lose that as your life pool. So like that's my fear, is that if they don't get that straightened out, the axes and swords are going to struggle from the same issues as maces right now. Uh, but yeah, that would be what I would hope for, is more melee weapons like swords and axes, and for them to kind of straighten out the way that they feel uh, in their current state. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. We need to we need to nail that down, because it's going to feel bad if, because it's already feeling bad that they're not there. But if we go into
Mhm.
1.0, and they've been saying for the longest time, it's going to be bad if we can't launch into 1.0 with swords. Like that's kind of embarrassing in a fantasy ARPG. And then we launch them with swords and they're bad.
They feel like
That
shit. Ooh.
that is going to
Oof.
be that's going to be a rough one, because this is the chance to, it's the first time it'll be free to play. They have this massive floodgate opening of new players. It has to be nailed right. I agree with you 1,000%
Mhm.
on that, dude.
Yeah, that's a big, because there's so many people that are stoked about swords, and if they're gonna anything like maces, man, they're gonna feel pretty. It's like maces, but they cut. It's gonna be physical damage and probably bleed and shit. But like, I don't know, it'll feel like shit. But a good, like, you can get a lot of power out of like one-handed unique maces and like cracked rare maces, but it's just they're not very common, you know. Like if you can get your one-handed mace around 600 or 700 DPS, You can kill things in the game like through the whole way through, but it's just not easy to do, you know.
Or you could just start as a Varashta and take your ascendancy, and then you do
Yeah.
twice that damage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
just by leveling up.
And obviously, one of those issues, being able to use two swords without having more defense, that just goes back to life. So, you know,
Yeah, we won't. That horse is like beaten, dead, out back,
dead, super dead. Yeah.
mangled. Like it's pretty rough out there. It's just bones at
But
this point. So
it's crazy how much that factor intertwines itself into a bunch of other issues in the game, though.
yeah,
You know, like having to fight abyss monsters that have degen on the ground. Like, yeah, you have the strength to do it, but like you don't have the life pool to like sit there for even a half a second.
and you have to rolling slam into it to be able to hit the enemy.
Yeah, yeah.
Feels great. Well,
Mhm.
dude, I'm excited to hopefully not see your name show up in yellow text saying FaZe Kush has died at level da 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 here in a couple weeks in Timmy's league, but we know we're gonna rip and it's gonna happen, but it's gonna be fun. I'm
I already
super
have my
excited.
character name locked in. It's
Yeah,
divs down my pants. Yeah, divs down my pants is gonna be my Barash's name.
you better go. You better don't let somebody claim it.
It's already made. No,
Oh,
it's made.
perfect. You saved it already. All
Yeah.
right, fantastic. All right, dude. Well, I appreciate you coming on here and yapping with me. For those
Yeah, I
watching,
could
like,
honestly go for like several hours. I'm a yapaholic.
oh, dude, if I didn't have to clock in at like ass crack of dawn on most
Yeah.
days, I would be yapping for hours. But we are super excited. Timmy's League, July 31st at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time is the launch. So make sure you are there. It is 3 hours earlier than a normal league start. So that will be available.
Yeah, the EU guys were about to ban me if I didn't make it start earlier.
Yeah, you got to have it started just a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But we'll have in for the people watching the VOD in the description, you will see the link to the league as well as the link to join the Discord. So you can do that if you would like to hop in at any point. You will also have links to Mr. Timmy P over on Twitch, as well as myself. And we will be absolutely blasting, and hopefully we can all cheer each other on when the league
Yeah.
launches. But thank you for coming on, dude. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was fun, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, most important thing as a hardcore player, chat, don't get hit, or else we'll see you on the beach. So have a great one.
Deuces.
See ya.
Oh, what the?